Dear Diary, it's 3 a.m. Can't sleep. Got a little bit of work done. I made the mistake of falling asleep in the middle of the day. I really should wait to eat until later because I just have to fall asleep after every time I eat. You know, maybe the Spanish are onto something with the midday siesta. Did cost them their empire, though. But who needs an empire when you have insomnia? I mean, the British, they probably couldn't sleep at all, and that's why they lost their empire. Who knows if sleep has anything to do with it? I like to think it does, though. I think there's a lot of focus given on waking life's impact on history, but not much given on sleep, which is half of all human life, at least, if you're healthy. But yeah, it's a fascinating subject. I mean, I think dreams have an outsized influence on history, perhaps just as much as waking life. And you know, it's interesting how the word dream, how it can mean both one's goal and one's sort of sleeping visions. And it also used to mean music too, like dreamcraft in Old English or whatever, Anglish. But yeah, I don't know. This channel will probably never pick up. I don't know why I'm doing this. I tried to read some stuff recently. I read some Japanese mythology. The male-female counterparts creating the world. You know, for all of the Kojiki's Chinese influence, there's no Pangu type figure. It's the idea that there's both a man and a woman creating it is interesting, but it's funny when like the woman speaks first and the man is like, shut up. Forget which one's Izanagi and which one's Izanami. But yeah, I think definitely more research needs to be done on the historical basis of some of that stuff. Like, I think we should do LiDAR scans on the tombs of the emperors, because there might be, like, hidden passage tombs in it. But, I don't know, the royal family, the chrysanthemum throne's never gonna let us do that. Maybe if I get fluent enough and work my way into the aristocracy, or what's left of it. It'd probably be a lot easier to do archaeology in like Gabon or something, where you just have to pay a few bribes. It's starting to get warmer. I hate the warm weather. I'm Hyperborean at heart. Despite being a child of the Sun Belt or whatever. I'm consistently avoiding people. I've had so many opportunities to make friends, but I just can't make that extra leap to, I don't know, even when I do ask people for, what do? Ask them for their Instagram. Ask them to hang out. I suppose it's simple, but yeah, I just don't do that. I don't know, maybe I'm afraid. I probably am afraid. I've always been afraid of people. I remember when I was little, I was in an ice cream parlor with my brother, and I just started bursted out crying in the middle of the ice cream parlor. Because my brother asked me what I was gonna do with my friends, or if I had any plans with my friends this weekend. And I told him I have no friends. And my family always thinks that's an exaggeration. But every time I do get friends, they're kind of assholes who take advantage of me, and my family doesn't like them. At least that was how it was in high school. Now I'm just friends with weirdos on the internet. I don't know. Sometimes I talk to complete strangers. But it's easier to talk to a complete stranger than somebody you're in a class with, unless you have shared interests. There's a girl who's into the classics, but she was kind of annoying. And she was very Greco-Roman centered, which is like kind of played out, you know. I don't know. It's kind of like basic bitch shit in my opinion. But I guess my standards are too high. But like, I don't know. Why couldn't you be into like Assyria or like the Scythians or the Celts or something? Like the Greeks and Romans have been studied to death. I mean, they've got interesting stuff in them, but you know, we've got enough people obsessed with Greece and Rome. We need people translating Hittite. There's so many untranslated Hittite like manuscripts and cuneiform tablets and stuff. Well, not manuscripts, but like, you know, Hittite writings, inscriptions, things like that. Luwian hieroglyphs look really cool. Maybe I would get a tattoo of Luwian hieroglyphs, or like a Scythian tattoo, or like the ones that Otzi has. But I don't really have any tattoos. And I don't know, it's kind of. I guess some people think I'm cool without tattoos. Don't have to be an art hoe. Although I kind of want to be an art hoe. Like, they have swag. But, like, I have zero swag. Woe is me. Woe upon the swagless. On this swagless night I lay waking, rambling into the screen. Well, I might as well end it here. Good night, good day, wherever you are, anybody that's listening.